just finished editing the vlog. I've now set up the instant checkout shipping for the UK now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just finish this pile right here and get this all done and listed and everything as needed. And get that out of the way. Then I can tackle all of this stuff here. And then I might, probably after this, but before this, might try and just get some of the paper stuff here done, just writing down the tax numbers, so I don't want to lose these gloves. Actually, I'll just quickly, with the gloves, pick it up. Just, oh, well, I dropped a piece of paper somehow, so don't want to show the address on that. Oh, yeah, this here's an old eBay receipt thing that I might need. So yeah, then see how much I can get done here while the vlog is editing. Well, I just had a shipping quote to Brazil, and for the life of me, I can't find anything that will actually ship there, so I'm going to have to tell the customer that my shipping options don't work there. So I tried their address, and then it said no rates available. And so then I asked ChatGPT for an address from Brazil, just in case I typed something wrong, or the buyer had their address wrong or something like that. And I tried. I'm just going to quickly confirm. Yes, this here is the test address. I've tried several different combinations, so that's why it's probably not properly formatted right now. But no matter which combination I try, it says that there is no rates available. So I'm going to have to take Brazil off of my list unless this somehow works here. And yeah, I guess I can't ship to Brazil then because there's just no rates available. So that's filled in, that's filled in, that's filled in, that's filled in, that's filled in. All of these are filled in. Everything. Yeah, it's weird. Would a letter somehow go through? No, not even a letter. Wonder if it has something to do with all the cartel stuff that happens in South America and Central America. I have no idea though. I just know that it's only the only ones that I can't ship to that I thought is Germany, Russia, Ukraine, and Australia is always up in the air. That place is a weird place. And yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to take Brazil off the list. I just listed one of these, and then I found another one in another bulk lot. This here is a Velma, or Daphne head, and the other one is listed at 20 bucks, and just found another one, so that's interesting. My pile of stuff here is shrinking, and so I've just got this left. This one, and I'm not sure which ones of these. This one and this one are parts that I'm going to have to check for if I can use these parts to rebuild minifigures. These ones here I'm going to check for quality and then possibly put on the to list pile for eBay. And this one here I have to decide what to do with still. This one here I just used to check the torsos for cracks on the side, because not every single crack is always visible, and it's good to apply pressure. And since legs, when put sideways, have a little bit more pressure than some other parts, you can usually see cracks a little bit easier with stuff like that. This one doesn't look cracked on this side, so that's always good. And so yeah, then that's why I was keeping that there for. And then once this is done, then I can finally get to sorting all of this stuff and putting it all away. And yeah, not sure how long that'll take. And I did end up putting a little bit of the stuff from here, mostly the series CMF minifigures and stuff like that, into the pile here to deal with later. I just had them in this pile for some reason or another. And so then I'll just put them here, and then once this drawer gets full, which, I mean, the drawer is already full, so then I have to get to listing that. So this here is probably going to fill up. There might be a little bit of Harry Potter mixed in here. And my Harry Potter drawer is pretty full. The series drawer is going to be filled. The Lloyd drawer is full. The Ninjago drawer might be full again. There was a little bit of that in here and stuff like that. So we'll see how much can get done still. And I still have to rebuild the eBay minifigures from the other day. And the drawer of random parts is useful again. So this one here, I'm rebuilding the Dragon Wizard. I found everything but his hat in the one thing over there. So then I just removed him from my wanted list and added just his hat. And then I was going for his accessory. And so then I'm just going through my list of random parts and completing it against here. I got this out of it. Then we can grab this. I can grab a 1x1 transparent red stud. That's easy. And then here's this one. Excuse me. And then here's this one. And I can just grab the 1x1 stud, and he's got his accessory built out of parts from the random drawer of stuff that I could never remember where it went to. Oh wait, and I needed one of these. So maybe I need, well, I'll leave it here. Well, I'll forget it here. But I need 2 more of those, and they're in the mail. But I ordered 3, so maybe I won't need this one. So I somehow didn't notice this earlier, but upon a closer inspection, Aragorn's torso is actually cracked. So what I probably will do is part him out. So I'm going to actually just quickly check real quick. Aragorn right here, minifigure, and it is this one here. So let's say $50 excluding the cape. The hair super common, the cape's about $20 or so. So let's see how much the rest of him is worth. The head, well, that's pretty good, about $20 to $37. What's the supply in Canada? None available in Canada, so that's good. The legs are super common, and the torso is $30 to $40 as well, and none available in Canada. So then with this, what I'll probably do is just part out the minifigure then. So then I should be able to get a similar amount of money as if I had spent money to buy a cape. And yeah, I'll make sure to fully describe the damage. But then as soon as this is done, I am finally finished with all of this. And then I can get to putting this in drawers and then see which drawers are full and then start listing those drawers. So he's now being parted out. So the torso had just the crack on the front. There were no other cracks, but it had minor/medium wear damage on it. The head had several brown marks, and also the neck had several small cracks and stress marks. So all of that was described, and then the legs were actually in quite nice condition. I can't remember if I list them have minor damage/wear or has minor/medium damage/wear, but either way, they're in pretty good condition. So now I'm going to just put these drawers away. I think this one here is also full, so I'll put these 5 drawers away. I'll put this drawer back up here. I'm going to move this thing to the side over here for now, and then I'm going to just put these guys away as well. And so put this away, put this away. I'll put this into here. Set this down just so it doesn't fall. And then I'm also going to empty this. And I do believe that now with that, and if I grab this here and put it here, then I'm just going to set it down for a second. And then I'm going to dump this into here and close up the bag. And yeah, this thing is now pretty much full. So this here is a bag of damaged minifigure parts, and so then I'm going to have to list this on eBay. Not sure when I'll get around to that. Typically this sells anywhere between $6 and I've had it sell for like about $100 tops, and this here is just full of all of the parts that are just too poor quality for me to list and stuff like that. So I always sell that on eBay. So that's there. And so yeah, then I'll put these guys away and put this away, and then yeah, I'll start putting all this stuff in drawers. So I just finished putting these stuff away, and then I grabbed a couple more drawers and topped up the empty drawers up there. And so now we've just got all of this stuff here, and we can already see, like, look how badly damaged that is. That is not in good condition. So that I'll just put in the garbage. And so then I'll just quickly make sure that no Lego has fallen between the drawer units and stuff, and just spread out all of the Lego. And is that's actually a hairpiece I need. That's the Rex hairpiece I was looking for. I saw it in the vlog while editing, and yeah, I guess it's there. So I'll have to see if it's in good condition and if I can use that. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and then go through all the things. Like, for example, this here is a Lord of the Rings head. I mean, it's also a Sandman head, but then I'll just put it in the Lord of the Rings drawer and go through everything here now, straighten out these drawer units, and put everything in its proper drawers. And yeah, this will probably take a little while because I have to go through each and every single item in here and then figure out which drawer goes in, if it's garbage, if it's not a minifigure part and goes in the mis-sorted, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna start on this now after I check to see if this is in good condition and if I can use it. So yeah, I just quickly confirmed that that is in good condition. So then I need to quickly find it. It is Rex from, or Danger Rex, or the Emmett evil twin thing. What's his name? We'll see in a moment. I think it might just, yeah, it's Rex Danger Vest or something. And I've got everything for him right here, except for his hair. So then I can just add his hair and get him relisted. So then, for example, as I'm going along, I have these minifigures right here. They are some series minifigures. So then what I do is, normally I would just put in the drawer, but as you can see, this drawer is full. And so then I'm going to attempt to open this drawer and remove a couple things out of it. This drawer is always a pain. Well, any drawer that's full is a pain. And even though I know it's going to be a pain, I still fill up the drawers way fuller than they should probably ever be. So then I'll just quickly see if I can get that one. It's now stuck on him. Okay, there we go. Then that torso. All right, so then what I do is I just set it on the side, and then I just grab all the minifigures. Thought I saw some bite marks on that one, but don't think it is. And then I'll just put them in there, and then there's going to be not enough room in the container over time. So then I'll just, as I go, then I'll just start setting them beside the container and stuff like that. And then once everything is away, then I'll start processing all the different drawers. And then for a more normal one, for example, this here is Ninjago, and normally, well, not normally, but one day I'll hopefully have enough drawers to have one for like Sky Pirates and all that stuff. So there'll be a lot more drawers per theme. But right now we just have Ninjago. This one here, he doesn't have a drawer here on the side in any of these ones. So then he'll just go in there. But then, for example, we have Lloyd, and just confirming this one's real. Yes, it is, because for some reason this one here I've found fake several times in the past, more so than other ones, but as you can see, that is Lego. But then for this one, I'm not going to be able to do this one on camera, but this drawer is extremely full, so I'd have to remove that. Let's see if I can find one that, well, here's another Lloyd. Let's find one that I can probably do on camera. Okay, we've got the Dino one here. So I think I moved that drawer over here, so then I just can open the drawer. And then, for example, in this drawer, I've got a whole bunch of different Dino minifigures. And is this... Okay, yeah, this is a Dino one. I never knew this white torso here is actually from Dino. It's from the Hero Dino thing. I never knew that till recently. So then this drawer is just full of Dino minifigures and parts, and then Simpsons. Even though they are technically series, I do put them in their own drawer. So there's that, and another Lloyd minifigure. There's a lot of them, and I got a Spyrus helmet, so then I can just... Where is Spyrus? I've got it here. Yep, Spyrus. And I can put that in there. If I can find his head, I can relist him. If that helmet's in good condition, that is. But then for more generic... Well, actually, let's just do this one here quickly. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one, so I'll put that in there. And then for more generic ones that aren't themed per se, what I'll do is we've got this firefighter, so I'll take off the helmet. Then I've got a drawer for firefighter helmets. Then I can see the head is hollow, so I'll remove that real quick. See if I can do that with one hand. Well, I'm going to use the second hand. All right, so then this here is a hollow head. So then I just put it in the drawer there. Then I'll separate the body and legs. Then I'll just quickly put the torso into the torso up here. And then the legs into the leg drawer here. And then just like with all the other drawers, once those drawers get full, then I'll just put all those parts away. But now I've got to do that process for everything here. So another reason why I should probably wait to place orders until I at least finish what I'm sorting through, because I just ordered the headgear for this guy, and then I literally just found it again. Well, I found another part, and so the same thing with the Rex hair. So now with him, so I probably should wait to place orders until I'm at least finished sorting through what I'm currently sorting through. And this head does not look real, but we'll check. It is real Lego. You can see the Lego logo, and I know Lego had a little bit of, well, not had, but has some issues with coloring sometimes, because now they mix the plastic themselves instead of having it pre-mixed from an alternate supply. So that's why Lego colors are often different. At least that's what I've heard. So yeah, then maybe I shouldn't have placed that order so hastily. I just did the first sort, in which I basically, I missed some. For example, here's another Woo face. With, oh, I put one in and one fell out. There we go. So then I finished the first generic sort, which I basically just removed everything. Okay, that's a normal hair. Oops. I basically removed everything that was themed per se. So I've got these drawers which are overflowing. I've got that drawer which is also overflowing, which I just don't really feel like removing right now because stuff's probably gonna fall. And so then we've got all the series stuff. There's always a lot of series stuff, but this stuff usually sells decently well. And I mean, I don't think this torso here is series, but I just included it in there because why not? And then there's the Garmadon and Lloyd drawer, the neckwear drawer. It's probably going to get more stuff in it from here. And so now I've got, well, those drawers as well. But then now I've got all of this stuff, which is more of the generic stuff that isn't branded or themed or anything like that. And so then I'm just going to go ahead and disassemble every single minifigure in here now. And then I'll start just picking out handfuls of, for example, white torsos, then heads hollow, then headgear, then hair and stuff like that. And just slowly work on this pile. So I've now got most of the minifigures disassembled. So now I'm going to just move these drawers to the side a little bit here. I'll put these back over here a little bit and put some of this stuff back in the drawer. What's this? That's a CMF head. And so now, for example, I'll just go with red legs. So here's a whole bunch of red legs here. And I'm going to miss a whole bunch on the first go through and stuff like that. But now that it's disassembled, it's a lot easier to just grab the parts. So then this here looks like, oh, here I go by hip color, not by leg color. It's just more consistent. And so this looks like just about all of the red legs. And so then, of course, it's the one drawer that's behind the Jurassic. Okay, I'll set this here. And so the red legs, then I can just, put those in there. Oh, I missed that again. And then put that in there. And then I can go on to the next one. So I'll just grab a little bit of a few hair pieces like this. And let's see. Oh, I apparently didn't remove that head. I'll have to do that a bit later. And unlike with headgear, hair pieces I don't subsort into different types. So this is able to all just go in one drawer. So then I'll just grab, say that, and then I can put that in my hair drawer. And yeah, just go through, and every now and then I'll still find something I missed from a previous sort that I can put into its correct container. And then stuff like this here, it's an unprinted head, so I'll put it into head other color. Then we've got an aviator helmet, which can go into the aviator drawer. And then a cap, which can go into the cap drawer. And then we've got something like orange torsos, so I can just pick up a couple of these real quick. And then this stuff, there's a lot of orange torsos. Probably a couple more. Yeah, right here. Well, that one's got a slice attached. And this one, and then right here, torso orange. And then I can just start filling up all these drawers and see if this ends up filling up any more drawers. And then as I get closer to finishing the stuff to sort, then I'll generally just start separating every single one that I missed. So even though I've gone through and removed a whole bunch of torsos, there's still lots left, and including ones from colors that I've already thought that I got all of them removed. So at this point, I just go through, and I already did the legs. I'm still finding a few legs, but mostly just torsos. I already removed the heads. And so now I'm just going through, and this, okay, I thought that was damaged for a second. So yeah, now I'm just going through it and removing every single one that I can find. And since it's a smaller amount in general now, it doesn't take too long to find all of them. And even found a head that I missed. That's a hollow. Put that away. And so this should be most of the torsos now. Not seeing any. Oh, right here. This should be, nope, right here. They can hide it really easily. I'm not taking out the hands or arms yet. Usually I leave that till near the end. And so I'm looking, and I think, oh, right here, it's another one. So that should be most of them now. So I'll just quickly put the two legs away. This one here goes in here, this one in here. And Then I'll just go through all of the colors. So we first have black torsos. So I've only got 2 of those here. And then I have another set of legs that I missed. That goes in there. Then next is dark gray and dark bluish gray. So there is only 1 of those. Then we have light gray and light bluish gray. So there is 1 of these. Then we have orange. I already have that. Then there's yellow. There were none. Then there is red, which there's 1, which goes there. And next is blue. Got 2 more of those. Then there is tan, which we've got 1. Then there's dark tan, none of those here. Then we have green, we got 3 of those. Then there is other green, so lime, olive, and that's all of those. So those go in there. Then we've got white, which is 4 more. So those go in there. Then we have dark blue. So we've got all of these ones right here. So those go in there. Then we have other blue. So sand blue, medium blue, dark azure, bright light blue, all that type of stuff there. Then we have torso other color, which is all of these ones here. And so those go in there. And I just realized I do have a torso modified. I was looking for that drawer earlier, so I'll take out the 1 torso here and I'll put that back, and then I'll put this old torso into the torso modified. And yeah, it's just that and one of those speed champion body things from some older sets. So now I'm going to rinse and repeat this process with a whole bunch of other parts. And here is a head, so I'll put that in that drawer, and I'll probably go for headgear next. And then after that, I'll sift through some accessories, and then it's pretty much done. And with this handful here, I am now done with all of the headgear. And of course, I see one that I missed right away. So yeah, this here is all of the non-minifigure parts, like no torso, no head, no headgear, no legs, and yeah, I think that's that. And then there's still arms and hands and neck wear and body wear in here. And so this has to get sorted next, but it's getting a little bit late, so I think I'm going to call it a day and finish all of this tomorrow. One nice thing about having all of the drawers up here is that I'm just quickly now tidying up just before I go up, and I was listing just a few parts. And so then as I go ahead and list them, then I can just get the listing page up, and then I can just choose any drawers. Let's say drawer 425, so I can just do 425, and then I can just simply put in drawer 425, and then if I have similar parts, I can easily separate it between the drawers, and it's just a lot easier with the drawers up there, and especially when the table is full here where I normally have the drawers. So I'm just going to list this. I don't feel like trying to pronounce croissant, I don't know, I've heard it so many different ways. And then I've got these parts here, which I know I need this head, and I know I've seen this on my wanted list a few times. I don't know what it's for. And this, I think I actually just got it in the mail the other day, and I think I even recorded it. So I don't think I need this anymore. So I'm not sure, but I'm going to list this and see what I can do with this, and then I'll be going up. So I'm looking at one of my orders, and I did just order it. So the question is, by looking at the minifigures, this is in a lot of them, only 47 for tan. Can I figure out which one it is? A lot of these are very likely, but I can probably eliminate all of them here, and it's either going to be a Luke Skywalker or a Draco Malfoy. Those are the only real 2 options. So now I'm going to look through this row for Luke Skywalker and this one for Draco Malfoy, and Draco Malfoy might also be in this one because Harry Potter, I just never really had any consistent separation between which ones went in which row. Well, that was surprisingly fast. It was almost right away that I found it, and it was this one here. I was thinking this one, but I thought I actually had the hair. So yeah, SW0021, so it's different than this one. right here. What's the difference between these two? Probably just a pattern on the legs. 2014 version, yeah, you can see the slight difference between the two. And I think for these, did I order those at that? I think I finally did. But I think I already added the item relation between the two. Yeah, you can see here. And between these, just want to confirm. Okay, yeah, so I already added that, so I don't need to worry about that. And so then I think this is probably damaged. One I have for sale, yeah, that one's damaged. It's not on my wanted list. So did I order? Okay, I've ordered it a few times. Don't want to accidentally show any order details. That one, okay, so I did order it right here, so I should be getting that in the mail. And so yeah, then I can just put this here, and then I should be able to rebuild him sooner than later. Just grabbing the one thing from the eBay room that sold an old Xbox. It was sold as for parts for repair. It technically works, but it has overheating problems and stuff like that. And this is moving around a whole bunch. So this sold for $100 plus $35 shipping to the States. And this is the special edition olive green one. So I priced it a little bit higher because it's a special edition console, so people just like those a little bit more than the standard ones. And it took a while. I had it listed for $150, but I sold it for $100 last time I sold an Xbox One for parts repair. I think I got, was it 50 or 75 bucks? I can't remember. But yeah, this one here is a special edition, so I priced it a bit higher, got a whole bunch of offers, and yeah, sold it for 100. Probably not a smart idea, but while my food heats up, I'm gonna get the mail. And the mail is at a mailbox, like a 5-minute walk away. Well, I mean, it's like 2 minutes there, 2 minutes back, so I hope nothing burns while I'm gone. So I got one thing in the mail. I'm presuming this is Bricklink, so I'm going to open it up real quick, if I can. I think it was all taped. I'm just grabbing my knife. I'm thinking this is some Dark Pink Spaceman parts, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, and the moment of truth. Okay, it is, but I just really hope that, really, these were purchased new. I'm like 99% sure that these were purchased brand new, and then they put them all on used parts. I mean, I could understand with used helmets and stuff like that, but now I can't sell these as new. Well, there goes that, but, who knows, some people. I mean, it was good intent, but like the torsos, the torsos did not have to be assembled. That's a little bit too far. So that's yeah, not good about that. I mean, I can still use them, but it's just, yeah, they're purchased brand new, and you generally don't do that with new parts because as soon as you assemble it, so yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that yet. But yeah, food's heating up a little bit, so I got the rice and just a few slivers of plain potato because fried they're actually pretty good, but they take forever to cook. These have been sitting here for a while now. Oh, that's a double one there. These have been sitting here for a while, and they still aren't even remotely close to being ready. They take like 15 to 20 minutes at least just to heat up a little bit. Maybe I should turn the temperature on the stove up. Although every time I do that, it seems to cause problems. Let's try it anyways, because why not? So yeah, I just confirmed that these were all sold as brand new, and then the air tanks I can still technically salvage because there's nothing actually connected to them. They're just in between bricks per se, but like that's just sad. I'm gonna message the seller about that, and even if it's not for anything this time, just so that hopefully they don't do it again. And I realized I placed another order with this seller afterwards because I realized they had one more, and so then that's gonna probably be assembled and stuff like that. But I've shipped out many dozens of these helmets and these air tanks, and they just don't get damaged in mail. Mail is a lot safer than most people think. Like, in general, they think, oh, it's an envelope, it's gonna break. I've only ever had one helmet break of this type, and it was a really old one, and it was weaker and stuff like that. But new ones in general just won't break. And then to put a torso on it too, yeah, it's just a bit of a mess. But who knows? So let's see how this is doing. Still doesn't seem to do anything, although you can see a little bit of steam now, so I think that means it's cooking a little bit. And I'm not sure if it applies to potatoes as well, but it's a 70-30. Cook it 70% on one side, 30% on the other side. That's what I heard once a while ago, but I'm not sure if it applies to everything or just beef. Although I've never cooked beef before, so I have no idea if it even applies to beef. Maybe I should add more salt. I don't know how much salt to add. I can't cook for the life of me. This year's, even this, I'll probably end up messing up, and it'll probably either get burned or I'll let it cook for 20 minutes and it'll still be raw, so who knows. And this seems to be going a little bit better now, I think. I can't tell. Maybe I should turn the temperature up as well. Who knows? Yogurt time. I'm now getting to work for the day, so then we'll get this light. So then I'm going to process this one really quickly. Although the torso in here, the orange one, let me actually get it out of the bag. I did actually find this orange torso somewhere, so I don't need it anymore. It's in the stuff over here. So then my goal for today, I don't want to show that paperwork there, is to, with the gloves, go through the paper and just try and get all that paperwork out of the way, because there is a lot of it. And then to process this and get that done, and process this, get this done. This is empty here, so it can go there. Then I can put this stuff back on because, as some of you may know, I don't really have a good history with chairs. They always break, and this one is practically on the verge of death right now. It is just literally the wheels. You have to actually push the wheels at certain angles in order for the chair to not fall over when sitting on it. So then yesterday what I did is I brought down my chair from upstairs, because at the kitchen table I also have a roly-poly chair, and that one, I've had it for about the past, well, actually, we've had it in the family for probably 15 years now, and it is still perfect. It has zero issues. It's being used more than this chair, and it's never had a single issue. So we actually brought it down yesterday and just tested it out with these pillows and stuff like that, and it works perfectly. And although it's unlikely we'll be able to find an identical one to that, we were able to test that it does actually work down here, and then if I can find a similar one to that, then I can just take these pillows off, get rid of this chair, and then finally have a chair that'll hopefully last more than a couple weeks or something like that. So then that's something on the to-do list. So yeah, then after that's sorted, this is processed, the paperwork's done, then I'm going to probably get started on listing some of that stuff over there. But that's probably going to take most of the day. I think this guy has it out for me or something like that. He is just refusing to admit why it's like, he's trying to say that every single package should be packed so that there is a zero chance of something getting damaged. So for example, I send out, let's see here. I don't have a part on hand here. This is different than what was in the mail. This is a different guy on the forums. For example, let's say this part right here. Let's take it off. Here, let's say I ship this part in the mail. It's like this. It could get damaged if you put a lot of pressure, but even with this here, it's not going to get damaged. And so what he's saying is every time I ship something like this out, I should charge every buyer $15 to $20 more on shipping just to get it to ship parcel instead of letter mail, because you're supposed to protect how things being shipped out. Instead of, if I ship this out, I save the buyers $15 to $20 on shipping every single time, and then in the 1 in 100, or it's probably closer to 1 in 1,000, or even 1 in 2,000 with what I found during shipping, chance of this actually getting damaged in the mail, I refund the buyer. So in the end, if he's saying what he is, like he's literally saying absolutely everything right here should be properly packaged, and we've explained to him that in Canada, for something to be properly packaged, then in a box with bubble wrap, it'll cost you at least $15 to $20 for most destinations and stuff like that. So let's just take into account, I'm just going to do a simple mathematical equation here. So I'm at 3,864. So 3,864 plus, then I'm going to open up Brickowl right here. and it's now right. No, where is it? I know there's a column here for number of orders. Some are total orders, 1,697. So 1,697. I had about 2,000 orders on eBay, so about 7,500 orders. So 7,500 about. So he's saying I should have charged about an extra $10 on shipping. So he's saying I should have charged I'm just saying what he's saying, about $75,000 more on shipping just to prevent any chance of something getting damaged. But I can tell you with absolute confidence, I have not refunded $75,000 worth of damaged goods. In reality, I've refunded maybe $20 to $30 of goods. So I genuinely do not understand what this guy is smoking to see how refunding, say, $30 of goods or spending $75,000 on shipping is the better deal. I genuinely am confused and concerned for this guy. And it's not like he's just attacking me. Like, literally a dozen different people in the forums have asked, what is he talking about and stuff like that. And I'm genuinely confused and concerned for this guy because he just will not give up on this, because someone in the forums posted about how once they got a thing in the mail and there's damage in the mail, and then he posted on the forum saying, look, this can happen. Well, of course, stuff can get damaged in the mail, but that stuff is properly packaged. There's in a large bubble envelope. Here's in America, so they don't have to worry about the 2 centimeter size restriction, and it still got damaged. So no matter what, stuff can get damaged. So I genuinely am just confused at this guy. So there was a good ending with this stuff here. I messaged the seller, and then I actually linked them the page for the Bricklink new and used thing, and so it was the better definition of what is new. And then they messaged back, and they basically said that they didn't notice that before, and that they were going to try a new way of shipping it. And then they just wanted to confirm that they weren't actually being rude, and I just messaged them back saying, yeah, I wasn't trying to be rude either. It's just I was a little bit frustrated, but yeah, it's always good when there's a good ending for stuff like that, and I just really hope that there is a good ending for the guy on the forums as well. And I don't remember how much I showed this in the previous one, but this is now added to the catalog. This here is the blocked open stud version of the part. Got some help with the colors, and I personally, the other said that this here looks a lot more like light nougat, but to me this doesn't look like light nougat at all, although it probably does well in the camera and stuff like that. But at this point, I just genuinely don't think, when it comes to photographs of Lego parts, I genuinely don't think I can tell the colors apart and stuff like that. And so yeah, then this is being added now, but it's good that it all worked out. And so now I'll get to processing this, and so now that all that's worked out at the computer, then I should be able to start making some progress here, and I should be able to put this away from the example now earlier. Sorry for that little rant earlier. It's just some people, I just genuinely am concerned about them when they say things like that. The catalog request has now been asked to see if there can be a note added to this minifigure saying that it's being found with both B and C style heads. B and C, as you can see in the part number, there's a C and a B, and typically what they do, I know it was in the forums recently, so I'll just use this as an example right here. I don't remember the other minifigures from the set, but I know it was with Ahsoka. You can see in the bottom of their inventories, some minifigures have a note saying this minifigure is being found with both with both B and C style head. And then if you go to the head, you can see it's blocked open here. And then there's also a similar mold for hollow, and so then a note can be added so that no matter what is listed, sellers are technically covered for stuff like that. So now I have requested that, and we'll see if it goes through or not. And so then that is now done. And then what I should quickly do though is, I can't remember which drawer did I put it in. I can't remember which drawer I put it in, but then I'm actually going to try and get a little bit better of a photo, because I did link this one here, but as you can see, the example photo here, it could be better. So then I'm just going to now quickly take a new photo of that, post that in the forums, and then I can get started on processing this order. So with that order, I was able to complete this minifigure, and then I rebuilt one of the dark pink spacemen. And then while looking for one replacement arm, because that arm was cracked on the torso, I managed to finally find a pearl dark gray left arm. So I was able to finally rebuild Batman. So he's back in the container of stuff ready for photos. And not that long ago, all of this stuff here was finally photographed, and now it's already filled up again. So there is a lot of stuff to get through. So yeah, now that that order is processed, I think I'm going to tackle the paperwork stuff, and then I should be able to work on some of this. I know it's probably just me, but those gloves make it almost impossible to actually pick stuff up. So then I'm now going to try and find a different way to handle paper without actually touching it. I know since I used to deliver newspapers for a couple years when I was younger, we used to have these things that you could put on your hands that were like rubber or something, so that you could pick up the paper easier and actually grip it and stuff like that, and you didn't actually feel the paper. So I'm going to look to see if we have some of those, but even if we do, I don't think they'd be usable now, but I gotta find something. That is one solution. Not the gloves that I was looking for, but I think it's the only ones we have now. I know we had some of the other ones a long time ago, but I couldn't find them anywhere. And then I'll try these ones out. So it turns out the plastic gloves didn't really help at all. So then what I'm doing now is basically I'm just going through all the orders. And then as we can see here, additional charges 1. This here is tax. So then I just write tax up here so I can see it. Then I write tax here. And GST, HST numbers are public. So it's fine if I show this. It's publicly shown on the store page. Legally, all of them are supposed to have it and stuff, although when I'm going through these orders and I see tax, this here is so far the first one that's actually had their GST HST number that I've been able to find out of the 3 or 4 so far that I've had tax and stuff like that. So that's all interesting and fun like that. So now I'm just going through all of them, and then I basically, whenever I see additional charge, I just start reading their terms and stuff like that. And then here you can even see Parcel Ontario correct tax rate. Actually, they've even got their GST HST number there as well, so that should be good there. And yeah, just going through every single page. Currently I am in January 13. I've only got records going back to about early September, and I didn't place too many orders, so I'm over halfway done now. And this year is just for Bricklink. Then I have eBay as well. I don't really order much else. I mean, I order a little bit on Amazon and stuff, but in general, mostly just through Bricklink and eBay. So I just finished with the stuff for the paperwork stuff, and found 2 that weren't really printed. There was just like half a page, and I had ink problems or something, maybe, I don't know. So I just printed those 2 off, and then I'll add them to a pile. Don't think there's any information here, no. So this here is the pile, and it's every single month it's rotated a different way. And so that's done. I still have to do the eBay stuff, but I'm going to put that off for another time. So I'm going to grab the 2 papers from upstairs, and then I can finally start tackling this pile here. I've now finally finished sorting everything down, and now I've got just the stuff that goes into the other tools drawer. So all of this can go here. Actually, no, this here is a footwear, so this goes in that drawer. I had that drawer on the side there because I actually somehow completely forgot about that drawer when I sold out of the neon, transparent neon orange. Set the phone down. The transparent neon orange skis on eBay, so then I can actually relist those and take that off of my wanted list. Then I've got just a few misc parts I'm going to list, and yeah, then I can finally get to listing the next drawer, and I might start with an easy one like Atlantis divers or something, but yeah, then I can finally start tackling some of these, and then it'll be all ready for the next haul. So now everything from the Atlas diver drawer is now listed or put in bags for eBay, because I never actually listed any of them on eBay ever yet. And I know they aren't really that popular. And I mean, I might get $5 tops on eBay. So even after all the work, it's probably not worth the fees. Not for the first one at least. But then if I can sell a couple of them, then it should make a little bit of money over time, but they aren't going to be the biggest seller. And so now I have to decide which container to work on next, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to just start this one then, because it's going to take a while. I don't really like listing CMF minifigures on eBay. There's just so much competition, and in general their accessories go for a little bit of money, and they almost never have them when you buy bulk lots. So I probably won't be going for building many of these, if any. Maybe one or two like this guy here because he has his accessory and stuff like that. But in general, I don't think I'll be listing too many of these guys on eBay. But let's just see how many there are. Actually, why did I put them over there? I put them normally a bit closer to the side. Okay, 1 second. Let's just... Oh, there's a Simpson head in there. I'll put that in the Simpsons drawer. Okay, so then let's move this to over here. This to here. This does not belong in here. I usually just keep this kind of misc stuff mixed in with micro figures for some reason. Still don't know why I do that, but I just do. And so that's there. This here is the Indian CMF. Okay, so then I'll just grab these ones here and just try and get the last of them. Alrighty, so now this here is all the different CMF parts I have to list. This is probably going to take a while, but it'll probably actually not take as long as I'm thinking because for CMFs and stuff like that, in general, I don't, well, I know I just said I don't list them on eBay, so yeah, I can go through them pretty fast because whenever I find a part, I can just open it up and then list all the parts from it. So yeah, we'll see how long this takes to list, and I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be or if there's another side. No, I think that's how it's supposed to be, although it has paint on it, so I'll have to see if I list that. And then we got a graduate thing. This thing goes for like 10 bucks in it, but it's super faded, so I mean it'll probably still sell. So now I'll get started on all this stuff here. I just won another auction on eBay, and this one here was a great deal, and in comparison to the 5 pounds of bulk that I got from Canada, the thrift store, I paid like $9.20 for 5 pounds. So that means about about $450 for 2.5 pounds. And so now I just got this one for 2.5 pounds for $2.76 Canadian. So that is not bad, and it did go to my American address, so don't worry, I do have that there. And overall, I can't complain. There's a shock trooper. Those things, actually, I don't think this is the valuable version. Let me actually just quickly look. 1 moment. Shock trooper. Right here. Oh, it's actually not the worst one. 16 to 30 bucks. Can't complain on that. And then we can just see there's some more basic ones, but that's fine. Dragon Wizard, his legs look a bit damaged, but that one I sell for about 25 bucks. Then we've got Zane. That one, it'll highly depend on the condition. That could be amazing condition or horrible condition. You can never go wrong with Castle or Dragon Knights. Those guys are always $5 to $10 each minimum. Then Army Man Torso, I need a couple of those. And then I sell those guys for almost 10 bucks a piece. I sell them in a lot of 4. Then we got more Castle Knights, another one up here, another one up there. Then we've got, ooh, I wonder if that's a dark purple helmet. If that's a dark purple helmet, that's a great find because the dark purple visor goes on the dark purple helmet. So if that is, that's good. That might be a Aragorn torso. I'm actually going to look this up real quick. Aragorn. Because I just saw the auction just as it was ending and stuff, so I didn't really have too much time to look at it. And yeah, that definitely looks like Aragorn's torso and the legs. And yeah, his head is going for a pile. But his legs and torso, watch these be worth almost nothing, which they probably aren't. Yeah, only a couple bucks. And let it load. If it'll ever load. Let me refresh that. There we go. Oh, this is worth a little bit more. It's the availability in Canada, one of them. So that's not too bad. And so yeah, there's just overall some decent stuff in here. And then the Darth Vader, those guys are always worth a little bit. And then there was also the Overlord. I noticed him, and so that's one of the reasons I was like, oh, this is a really good one. So I'm just going to check Overlord, because he goes for quite a little bit, at least from what I remember from that version. Yes, that looks like this one here. Let's look at that. Yep, that is the same torso and legs. So this guy here goes for 50 to 80 bucks, and the torso and legs are, torso super common. The legs though are really good, so that's good. There, and oh, some legs I needed for Luke. Sith Trooper, get about 10 bucks for those guys. Then there was, I need that headgear, keep finding it, but it's never in good condition. Just overall decent stuff in here. And then there's also a whole bunch on the side that looks like a Saruman head, which is also a Count Dooku head. And that thing, it's got to be up there now. Saruman. I spelt that so bad. I don't know. Sauron? Oh yeah, I think it's just called... No. Okay, well, what's his name? Let's see. No, that's Gandalf. Where is it? Saruman. How did I spell that wrong? I have no idea. This guy here is up to 30 to 40 bucks. Wow, that guy was not that pricey last time I checked. So yeah, his head's 20 to 40 bucks. There's around the $10 to $15 mark for a while. And so that looks like that there. And overall, just really good stuff. And yeah, couldn't go wrong on this for that price. So yeah, this will be a fun one to open. So yeah, just thought I'd show that real quick. And so yeah, I'm still just listing this. And then I won that. And then I don't know what I did wrong, but I usually just only make purchases out of PayPal and my bank accounts for other stuff. So then I had about half or just over half of the amount, or around half, I don't remember exact, of the total price in PayPal. So I was like, okay, I'll use that and then I'll put the rest in my bank account. And so then I went to checkout and it wasn't selecting the amount in my PayPal account. So then I just had to use my bank account. And yeah, I just ended up depositing the rest from my PayPal into my bank account to try and make up for the difference. So yeah, then I'll get back to listing this stuff now. So I'm making good progress with listing all these CMF parts. I've now filled up 2 drawers, and there was one CMF right here that I did end up listing because it didn't have any accessories. So that is good. And this isn't a CMF, but it's here because I didn't know where else to put it, and I might create an eBay listing for it because it's a cool snowman or something. I don't know yet. And so yeah, still have all of this stuff to go here, and it's now past 10 p.m. so I am going to start pulling orders. I've got, let's see here, 6 orders on eBay. I believe it's only 1 on Brickowl. Yep, 1 on Brickowl. And then on Bricklink there is 9 to pull, so I am going to start pulling orders. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, I guess. I'm just getting to work today now, and I have to ship stuff out today because today is a shipping day. And then what was I gonna say? I was about to say something. Oh yeah, I have to pick up Chit Chats today because then there is now I ordered a whole bunch more envelopes because we're almost out. We just finished putting the last of them into the box over here for small envelopes. So now I ordered more, so then we have that done. Bricklink is being haywire this morning. I didn't have any orders overnight. It might be in relation to that. I don't know. I don't always get orders overnight, but it's been haywire this morning, so I don't have any more orders to pull. Then one of the things we're thinking about doing is putting a tray or something here. Just so that every time I place an order, I can print the receipt and then just put it in the tray over there. And that'll just kind of keep things in order and stuff, hopefully. So now what I'm going to do is... What am I going to do? Oh yeah, the image was approved on Brickowl, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. And then on Bricklink, what was it? Oh yeah, the head over... Where is it? I have no idea where it is anymore. It's probably in one of these drawers here. The person, catalog admin said, yes, they can add the note to the minifigure inventory, saying that was with both style heads, and then now I can submit a catalog change request in order to have it placed as an alternate in the set inventory. So I'm going to be working on that. Then after I finish with that, I'm going to see how much of this stuff I can get listed first, and then I have to pack up and ship orders out. Okay, so I think I've done the inventory change request now with this. So I added it as match ID 5, and so that should be good to go now. I just had 1 order on Brickowl with 3 items, so I'll quickly pull that, and then I'll get to listing. And I never realized I had 6 original CMF Forestman torsos. Actually, how much do those go for? Green, torso, arms, tan, yellow. Is that a buckle? A buckle. Well, it's already narrowed down. Belt it has. Okay, so these guys. Oh, not bad. $5 a piece. And since it's in quantity, besides one at $12.50, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have the highest quantity in the world by a decent amount, and based off of quantity in the past, these things are quite good, except the only question is, what is the condition of mine? Because some of mine are probably going to be in horrible condition, so we'll have to see when I get to that. So I'm going to pull the order now and then get to work on these guys. Just a quick update. The note has now been added, and then the alternate head has now been added as an alternate in the set, which I can just now go here, and let this load, and then scroll all the way down. And now it is match ID number 5, so that's done. Everything is now packed up, so I'm now going to go and ship the orders out. The Xbox that sold is right there. It ended up weighing 7 pounds, and it only costed $25 to ship it to the States. And so yeah, 7 pounds, massive box, only $25. You just can't go wrong on shipping with Chit Chats. And then meanwhile, I had a envelope of the 1x1 studs in Canada. It costed $18, so just $7 cheaper to ship a tiny little envelope that weighed it was like 320 grams or something like that, and it costed only $7 less to ship that in Canada than to ship a 7-pound envelope to the 7-pound box to the States. So yeah, shipping in Canada is just absolutely bonkers often. So now that everything is shipped out, I can get back to listing. So I'm first going to start off by finishing all of the CMF parts here. And then once I'm done with these, then I have to decide which one I should list next from here. I'm thinking, they're all pretty similar. I'll probably leave Minecraft to the very end because that is the most work involved for that one. So I'll probably do Lloyd next. But let's quickly first finish listing all this. And that is a lot of marks on the back there. I can probably still salvage the arm and hand, so let's see if I can separate that with one hand. Probably not. It's not going too well. I'll do both hands real quick. All right, remove that. This goes in the garbage. So yeah, then I'll just quickly go through, finish listing all this. There isn't too much left, so I should be able to finish this relatively quickly. So yeah, then I just thought I would say, because it was, we were talking about it down here, because yeah, we ended up talking about this leg right here, because in case you can't see, or didn't notice, this chair is too big for this opening. So for as long as I've had this desk area to work, I've never actually been able to sit at a normal position. And so, excuse me, I cannot speak for some reason. So we were talking about moving that table from that angle to that angle, but then we ended up talking about drawers. And so then we were actually talking, and for some reason, I was only thinking we might be able to add a few drawer units here. I was like, well, will we have enough and stuff like that? But then we were talking about, well, why not just add drawers there as well? So might end up getting a whole bunch more drawer units, not only for here, but also for here. So it might look even cooler than I was expecting. So yeah, decided to show that real quick. Just had someone ask about shipping to the Netherlands, so I messaged them back after I just confirmed I can ship to the Netherlands, because now for Portugal as well I can't. Who knows why. I can't, but then I did confirm I can ship to the Netherlands, so I told them if you give me about 15 minutes, I'll quickly set up instant checkout. So now I am going to just set up instant checkout shipping for the Netherlands, and maybe we'll get our first instant checkout sale for an international order. I've now set up the instant checkout shipping for the Netherlands, so then I'm going to now message the buyer and tell them that it is set up, and hopefully that goes well. And if I do get an order, I'll let you guys know. And so I just have this stuff left, not this I just used to check if torsos are cracked. But I've just got this stuff left from the CMF container, and then I am finally done with that. And as you may remember, that was the one that was overflowing. So this container here took a lot longer than the other ones, and I also had to ship stuff out mid-container and everything like that. But in general, these containers don't take that long for smaller drawers at least, but for larger drawers like the Minecraft ones, it may very well take that long again. Just picked up the the bubble mailers from Chit Chats. 250 of the small 4x6, well, that use the 4x6 label, so it's 6x10 inch mailers. It is 250 per box, and it's like $40 or $50. I think, yeah, it's like $50 a box. So can't complain there. And so yeah, then I don't think I showed it yet, but in the few minutes that I was gone, getting water, or no, it was during yogurt time, my dad actually brought down the thing here for all the papers and stuff like that. So now I'm going to try to figure out how to do that. I don't want to show that paper because it might even be able to see stuff through. I don't know. It's probably no sensitive data on it anyways, but it's just always good to be careful with some certain things. So yeah, then this one here, I'm probably going to just end up putting everything face down, because then I should be able to, if I put it face down, whatever goes next is newer for me, but newer or later in the year for tax reasons, then it should be in order like that. So then every time I buy something, I print it off. If I need to, if it's a Bricklink order and I was charged tax, then I just circle the tax, write the tax number if applicable, and then put it upside down on this pile. And then once a month or once a year, I don't know what we're gonna do yet, then this gets emptied, and yeah, then that should hopefully help a lot with tax season and stuff like that. And I do think I already showed the that I finished the CMF parts, but if I didn't, well, then now I'm saying that I finally finished the CMF parts. And so now it's on to the next container, which is the Lloyd and Garmadon parts. And so yeah, then for example, Lloyd and Garmadon wouldn't be in the same drawer once everything is hopefully sorted, just making sure nothing fell through to the next drawer. But yeah, then going forward and stuff like that, then hopefully I'll be able to have a lot more of this stuff separated. But until then, it's just whenever a drawer gets full, I have to list it. So I'm going to work on this. And then there's only 5 drawers left from the stuff from the 5-pound haul and the 1 or 2 before that. So that's almost done. I just like to keep this drawer out because I do use it somewhat frequently. So these drawers are full again. So I should probably grab a few more drawers to top that up. And yeah, just want to give a quick update. I mean, with the oil heater down there, I don't think these things are flammable, so there shouldn't be any issue with the paper there, but worst case scenario, I do have some water beside it. So hopefully that's all good now. And so then now that's done and stuff, now I can finally start on the next drawer. Now that's not something you see every day. It is both types of pearl gold, or at least the 2 more common known variants. As you can see on the left is normal pearl gold, and the one on the right is pearl dark gold. And just trying to get at an angle that you can see it best. I think this probably works best. One on the bottom is way lighter, and the one on the top is way darker. So yeah, it's not often you'd see that on the same part. So this one I'm just gonna keep on the side for now. Probably won't sell it just because it's, why not, you know. So I'll just keep this in my container of cool stuff. I promise it wasn't me. I've now finished with all of the Lloyd parts, and now I'm on to Garmadon. Pro tip, if you ever are thinking about replacing a damaged arm on one of these torsos, don't. You'll thank me later. It is almost impossible to actually put an arm back on this torso. And I just might give up and take the other arm off and just sell the base torso. It's probably a bit easier for the other ones, but since these ones have shoulder pads, it's basically impossible to actually get an angle to put enough pressure to actually put an arm back on. Finally made it back above 16,000 lots for sale. It was, I just realized the camera never really focused. There we go. It's been a while since I was at that mark, and last time I passed that mark, I stopped listing for like a week or 2 or so, and then I just dropped, I think I was almost in the 14,000 mark. Not quite, I was low 15,000, so finally above 16,000 again. Hopefully, well, I mean, this is probably an unrealistic goal, but it might be possible for by the end of the year to hit the 20,000 lots mark. And just out of curiosity, if I list at the rate that I'm going, actually, I don't know how many weeks are left in the year. How many weeks are left in year? No, this year. In this year. Let's see. No, that's not what I'm doing. Does it? What? I am so confused. How many weeks left? Maybe that might work. 44 weeks left. Okay, so if we do 44 times, currently I am at, was that the most recent number? 438. So if I could maintain this listing level, then I could theoretically list 22,000 lots by the end of the year, but that doesn't take into account, once you get to that point, there's going to be a lot of double lots from things just being relisted and stuff. And although I do separate stuff by damage, so that it's like by damage a lot, so that isn't something that is generally too big of an issue. But then there's that, and then you have to take into account lots selling and stuff like that. But if I can get to that point, I might be able to get to 20,000 lots this year. It's possible, especially if I continue buying minifigure lots, because that's the only way I can maintain listing that high of a lot count. But yeah, the higher the lot count you get, the more sales and stuff. And then I was actually just looking, if I go to market, stores in Canada, let me just move this light. Not what I was looking for. Let's see, market, stores, if this will load. And then there was, I think I can click on Canada. No. Okay, I literally was just at this page. It was right here. Find stores. Okay, right here. Then if I go to seller located in Canada, number of lots, show stores, if I can hit the 20,000 mark, then I would be right around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place for the most lots in Canada. So yeah, I'm still a pretty small store. On this list, I am like 16th or 17th place. So still got a long way to go to get even to the top 10. I think I was top 10 a very long time ago for maybe, it couldn't have been lot count, unless a lot of these stores here have just been listing a whole bunch in the past year and a half or so. But yeah, maybe I might be able to sneak into the top 10 this year. So this morning I did something that I just didn't read anything. Right here, as you can see right here, I selected make sale price and all tier prices, the base price, and then round results to 2 decimals. The thing is, I thought it just says round the prices to 2 decimals. I did not read this right here. And so what I did is I did this, and then I removed the sale of everything, lowered all of my prices by 15%, and then caused a whole bunch of issues. So now, in order to resolve this, I have to do a negative sale. And for those who don't know, a negative sale just increases your prices by that amount. And since it's a bit of an issue, since before I had it where it was 15% off all of the other stuff that I had listed beyond a certain point, because I don't really run sales often, so I only had it listed on old inventory. So in order to get that back, what I first need to do is, now that I've got this negative 15% sale on everything, I just need to select everything again, and I'm doing this on camera so I don't accidentally delete my store, and if I do, it would make a funny clip for the internet or something like that. I do have backups though, so it is fine. And then now that I've got that selected, I need to select to make this the base price here. And then I'm just taking a look at some numbers. Okay, so I did not select delete. Okay, so now I'll click submit changes. And then this should go. And then it rounds to the nearest 2 decimals. All right, so then what I'll do is I'll just refresh this, and then we should see these numbers about the same, except more evened out. Yep, all to the 2 decimal mark. Actually, newly listed is, well, what I had it by date added. All right, so now it's back to those prices, but these prices are higher than what I had it listed as for everything. Like this here was like $8.50 or something like that. And so now what I need to do is I need to go back to everything and then deselect the sets, because I don't put sets or minifigures on sale. So then I'll just quickly uncheck all of these boxes right here. It goes pretty fast. All right, so there's that. I had these unselected earlier when I put the negative sale on as well, so the prices shouldn't be adjusted at all. And okay, so now that that is deselected, what I'll do is I'll change this to a 15% sale, and then in theory, now that's my base price again, So now I click submit changes, and it should resolve it somewhat. This should then make the original items back at their original price. My brain's starting to hurt from this. I don't know if what I did is just create a fake sale, which I'm against, and I hope I didn't do that, but if I did, there's no other workaround that I can think of for right now. So I think I've got this now, and then looking at this, okay, it's back down to around that mark there. Okay, so I think I finally have this fixed now. So yeah, just for those curious, actually, well, the thing is, I looked back at an old forum post and it said 15%, but I'm starting to wonder, was it 10% or something like that? Actually, no, it would be different numbers there. Okay, so it should be good there. All right, so I think I have this resolved now. So my advice is just don't do this unless you actually read what it says and that's what you want to do, because that is, yeah, that is just a huge issue. So looks to be all good now. So then everything except for minifigures should be on sale now. So date added. So yeah, this stuff here is on sale again, but this here was at around the original prices that I priced out. Because, for example, I decided to do that because you see like 1.224. It's like, well, that'd be better if it just said $1.22. It just looks nicer. So I thought I'd just clean up the store a little bit, make it look a little bit better and stuff. And yeah, it just didn't work out. So, and I'm curious why this one is $8.55 when I listed it at $8.50. Who knows? But yeah, this should be resolved now, I'm thinking. So hopefully I don't have any more issues from that. And yeah, because if the new stuff, if it's, for example, if I had something listed for $1 and then I just put a negative sale on it because I would have done a negative sale, so it would be $1.15. Then I put it back on 15% sale, so it should be back to its original $1 price point. Meanwhile, the items that were at the meanwhile, the items that were at the sale before that I accidentally made the base price, I increased those by 10%, by 15% to get back to their original price, and then put those back on a 15% sale in order to get it back to its previous sale price. So I think it should be sorted out now, hopefully. Another internet outage. Just getting to work for the day, and since today is Saturday, that means that this here is the end of the vlog. So just some quick updates. With the sale percentage difference and all of that, I just had a order, and then I was looking at the sold prices of some of the stuff, and it does look like their stuff is at a slightly lower price. It isn't a massive discount. But then I can at least say now, or think that at least some of the stuff is on sale. So technically it isn't a fall sale, even though it was just a huge mess that created it all. It is still technically a little bit cheaper. It's not like it's anything major, price-wise, but at least it is still technically on sale. So hopefully, I don't ever have that issue again and stuff like that. And then, what was I saying? I have no idea what I was about to say. I feel like I was about to say something else, but I have no idea anymore. Feel like it was important. Putting the bread in the freezer completely wiped my brain. I can't think of a thing anymore. So, well, I guess this is the end of the vlog then. So, thank you for watching the vlog if you got this far. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I just had an order and someone was asking for some brown chains in the 21 link size. I have a lot of chains here, but I think I sold out of my brown chains. So I unfortunately don't think I have any for them. So just thought I'd include that in the vlog because I was thinking of it and it would have made more sense if I just did it with normal flowing grammar earlier, but I forgot. So sorry about that. But yeah, this is the end of the vlog. So thank you for watching. If you got this far, I have to start editing the vlog. But yeah, hopefully today's a Saturday, so the next vlog should be out on Wednesday.